Sorry guys, ignore my messy room, specifically that area. I will clean up my room probably one of these days. I don't know when. But anyway, hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we will focus on the Cetaphil skincare set. I've been really wanting to try because it says it's suitable for normal to dry skin type, okay? Yeah, I think I mentioned before in the haul that I'm not the biggest fan of their cleanser. I feel like this is just a little bit too gentle, too moisturizing for my skin, even though I'm like dry skin type, okay? But I still like my cleanser to kind of clean well. It doesn't clean as well as what I like it to be. We're gonna try this one out, and also of course we're gonna continue on with the moisturizer and also the sun protect. I'm glad that they give a sunscreen in here, although it's very tiny, very small, but still at least there is a sunscreen in here, and I am truly excited to try this out because I love sunscreen. For me, moisturizer and sunscreen is like my two biggest things. Super cute, super small. I think this is great for like traveling. Maybe you need to bring extra sunscreen because this sunscreen is literally 5 ml only. Super tiny, small. It's supposed to have like very high sun protection. I mean, 50 SPF is okay. I wouldn't say it's super high. I mean, I've seen some that's 120 SPF. Okay, for every day, 50 SPF is pretty good. Cleanser you can use for face and body, and also the moisturizer cream you can use for face and body as well. Cleanser has paraben in here. The moisturizer has paraben in here, and I wouldn't be surprised if the sunscreen also has paraben in there. So if you are not allergic to paraben, then you can feel free to use this, okay? Because it really doesn't have any other bad ingredient other than pretty much paraben. I'm gonna wash my face, alright? So let's start with that. Oh, yeah. It doesn't foam up very much. It doesn't have smell at all. No fragrance completely, okay? It's literally almost like gel looking, almost like gel moisturizer looking kind of cleanser, okay? They never say how to use this, so I'm gonna move you guys to the toilet, and then we're gonna clean my face together, okay? Is it because my skin is drier now that I feel that this might be okay on my face? Back then, I really don't like this cleanser because it really feels like it doesn't clean anything at all. But these days, during the morning time or during the daytime, I do not wash my face with a full-on cleanser. Maybe that's why I feel like right now it's actually quite okay for my skin, because for my dry skin type, it's nice. I don't know. I mean, as you can tell just now, it's pretty much true to how it was also. Like when you clean with this, you use water, you kind of try to emulsify it with water, it doesn't bubbles up, there's no bubbling at all. I don't think I would like this for the nighttime, especially after a whole day. And I actually, you know, nighttime I like to use a regular cleanser to kind of clean my face, to really thoroughly fully clean my face, especially after a full face of makeup. But I think as like a daytime cleanser, this would work quite well for me, especially with my lifestyle right now. I think it makes sense. Next up, we're gonna try out the moisturizing cream. Oh my gosh, it's a very thick cream. So let's just apply. Again, completely no fragrance at all. Also, if you're suffering from like back acne or skin is a little bit more sensitive in general, you can use Cetaphil also for your body. That's how they say the cream and the cleanser is, I guess, good for the face and also the body. The texture itself reminds me a little bit of, what is that called? The Nivea cream. But this feels a little bit more like Vaseline thick kind of feeling. It's a little bit greasy. It's not sticky, but you can see there is that like glow on my skin. This has paraffinum liquidum in there, so it's pretty much almost liquid petroleum, okay? And this has dimethicone in there, okay? It's supposed to help to kind of fill in the pores and make your skin feel smoother. Long-lasting hydration, non-greasy and non-comedogenic. Non-greasy, really? It's quite, I can feel the grease though. If you have dry skin type and you're sensitive to like fragrance and stuff like that, this would be a great option to try it out because it really has no scent at all. Next up, we're gonna try out this sunscreen. This is so small. Now that my hands is a bit greasy, I told you, right? It says that it's not greasy, but it is a little bit greasy, so it's a bit hard to open this small thing up. It has a little bit of that yellow tint to it, slightly, just a very light yellow tint. It's not completely white basically, so we're gonna try to apply this on my face. It smells a little bit like sunscreen, traditional sunscreen scent, but it's not crazy overpowering. It's not unpleasant though, the smell. Like, I've smelled worse sunscreen than this, but you can tell that this sunscreen is also a little bit on the moisturizing kind of side, a little bit on the greasier side, because this is pretty much made for dry skin, normal to dry skin type. I feel like normal skin type people might not enjoy this type of skin because it is a little bit pushing towards the oily skin already, and it does feel a little bit greasy on the skin. It's not sticky or anything, but it is a little bit greasy on the skin itself. However, dry skin type people like me really like this kind of skin, and yeah, it's actually quite nice. For me personally, I like this kind of like moisture on the face. Okay, I don't think this is completely greasy for me. I don't think it's too oily for me. However, I do think that this is a little bit thick, especially if like super hot weather. I don't know if my skin is gonna enjoy this like thick kind of feeling on the face or not, but I'm loving the moisture on my face right now because my face has been very dry for the past week or 2 weeks or so for some reason. Personally, as a first impression wise, I quite like this. I like that it doesn't have scent, like really completely no scent at all. I quite like it, as much as I love my scent as well, but I can understand that some people are just allergic to fragrance, some people are just more like sensitive towards fragrance. But I'm gonna come back tomorrow again to kind of try cleaning the face without, I think I might have tried before back then, I don't remember, but I'm gonna do a little bit of research and then I'm gonna try to clean my face with this without any water to see how it feels like. Okay, hello. Okay, so it's another day right now, and I kind of said that I want to, you know, take another day to kind of purposely try out the Cetaphil Gentle Cleanser on my face without water. So far, me googling and YouTubing, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people kind of recommend or even like demo on using Cetaphil, the Gentle Cleanser without water. I haven't really seen much of it. There's this one YouTube video where it was like 7 years ago, very long. This like lady kind of show you how to use this without water, but she had this like sponge, okay, like old school kind of cleansing sponge, and then she kind of sprayed on water on top of it, which I'm like, that's not the whole point. The whole point is to use without water, but she has that, she sprayed on water on it, and then she applied like a little bit of this gentle cleanser, and then she literally just dabbing. She wasn't even like wiping motion, there was no like, it was just light dabbing kind of motion. It almost like, it's light swiping but not exactly, you know, cleaning face, that kind of look, that kind of aura. It's more like literally she just like dabbing on the face, like applying foundation like that, you know. I was like, the heck? Like, no! And then after she said, oh yeah, just leave it on, you know, preferably use this right in front of a sink, okay, which means to use it with water preferably. I think even the comments down below, they were also thinking like, why would I leave a cleanser on my face? You know, unless it's like micellar water where you actually wipe it, basically wipe it away on your face, and you know, whatever residue left on the face is a different case, completely different case, okay? But this is literally, she almost like literally telling us, you know, let's just apply the cleanser on your face and leave it on there basically. It almost feels like that. But anyway, that was just a little bit weird for me, but yeah, this is not the whole point of this video. The video was 7 years ago, so I'm not gonna like 计较 about it. I'm not gonna, you know, complain too much about it. I'm not gonna talk too much about the video. I mean, I've kind of spoken about it already, but I'm not gonna like, I guess, criticize the video. It's not the whole point of this video basically. Right now, I only have sunscreen on my face, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so let me try this out without water. Let me see how I feel about it. Gonna rub it in properly. Alright, I'm gonna give this a fair chance, yeah. I'm not gonna do a Kylie Jenner basically. I'm not trying to steal their thunder, or I'm not trying to steal their crown. It's almost like drying up right now, like after you massage it for a little while. So we're gonna try to wipe it out with a tissue. I'm not even gonna bother to use this to try to remove makeup basically, because I know this is definitely no, it's not a makeup remover kind of cleanser. I don't know, it just feels like I've applied moisturizer basically instead of cleaning my face. It doesn't look like there's any dirt on my tissue. I don't know. Like, it doesn't feel as refreshing as if you actually use water to kind of, you know, rinse your face. Of course, it doesn't feel as clean as you use the water to rinse your face. You know, using micellar water, it's a little bit nicer because it has that watery texture and it gives you that refreshingness, like as if you have cleaned your face. It's not impossible, it's okay. Like, it does feel like I wiped off my skin, like clean my skin slightly. Alright, so I'm gonna apply on some moisturizing cream. I'm gonna apply just a little bit for the daytime because I do think that this can be a little bit heavy for the daytime if I apply on too much. And a little bit of sunscreen, because although I am going to be indoors, the sun will still come in, you get what I mean, especially if I'm going water plant later. So I still need some sunscreen on my face even though I'm at home. Hello, I just want to give an update. Yesterday I tried out the Cetaphil cleanser method without water. I don't recommend this. This is pretty much the day after that. I woke up with a little bit of a like pimple feeling around here. I don't think you can tell, like, I mean, it's a little bit of reddish kind of color there, but this is a pimple that seems like it's growing, and I think it's because of the Cetaphil method that I tried without water, because I didn't do anything else different other than just that. So yeah, I personally don't recommend that method. It didn't immediately make me feel bad after that. Like, my skin was quite okay after that, but it's just that I woke up today really with that pimple on my face, or the pimple that is growing on my face. But yeah, that's all. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!
Don't forget to like and subscribe!